Have you ever had the strange feeling that someone might secretly like you, but they never actually say it? One moment they seem distant, the next moment, unexpectedly close. It's confusing. And yet, psychology suggests that when people suppress their emotions, their behavior often gives them away. Even when someone tries to hide what they feel, small unconscious signals can still reveal the truth. In today's video, we'll explore 6 subtle but powerful signs that someone may be struggling with feelings for you. Watch carefully, because these quiet signals often slip through the cracks of the emotional walls people try so hard to maintain. They avoid eye contact, or hold it for too long. One of the earliest clues often appears in the eyes. Have you noticed that some people either avoid looking directly at you, or when they finally do, the eye contact lasts a little longer than normal? This usually happens because they are caught in an internal conflict. Part of them wants to connect with you. Another part is trying to hide what they feel. Psychological research suggests that when someone experiences emotional tension like this, they often respond in two opposite ways. They may avoid eye contact to suppress their feelings, or they may overcompensate and hold the gaze longer than they intended, almost as if they are searching for the courage to say something deeper, but stopping themselves just before the moment arrives. Imagine a simple conversation. You glance in their direction, and they quickly look away. Or suddenly your eyes meet, and the moment stretches, longer than expected, almost uncomfortably long. That lingering gaze can be a quiet, subconscious signal of emotional attachment. They tease you more than they tease others. Teasing can often hide something deeper. If someone constantly jokes with you, makes playful, sarcastic remarks, or challenges you in a lighthearted way that they don't use with other people, it may not be random. In many cases, teasing becomes a safe mask for hidden affection. It allows them to interact closely with you without openly revealing their emotions. Psychologically, it creates a kind of emotional buffer. They can express interest and connection while protecting themselves from vulnerability. It's similar to that classic schoolyard behavior, pulling someone's pigtails because you secretly like them. Except in adulthood, the emotions behind it are far more complex. Sometimes the teasing appears as gentle mockery. They might give you a silly nickname, playfully challenge your opinions, or joke about small things you do. But here's the important detail. They don't behave this way with everyone. This playful tension is something they reserve specifically for you. They get jealous over small things. Jealousy is one of the strongest subconscious emotional signals. Even when someone tries to act indifferent, jealousy often slips through unnoticed. If someone is quietly struggling with feelings for you, small signs of it may appear in unexpected moments. For example, you casually mention another person, and suddenly, something shifts. Their mood becomes slightly different. They might grow quieter. Perhaps they try to minimize the importance of that person, or make a small dismissive comment. Subtle, but noticeable. Sometimes they might suddenly take an interest in the conversation. They might suddenly become curious about who you spend your time with. They may ask about your social life in a way that sounds casual on the surface, but underneath, there's a quiet sense of curiosity. And the reason is simple. Deep down, they care more than they are willing to admit. Another subtle form of hidden jealousy appears when they quietly try to compete with the person you mention. Imagine you say that you admire someone's intelligence. Almost immediately, they might bring up something impressive about themselves. Not in an obvious way, just casually, almost as if they're trying to reclaim your attention, without openly competing for it. They remember the small things. When someone secretly cares about you, their attention naturally becomes sharper. They start noticing details that most people would completely overlook. Maybe you once mentioned your favorite coffee order in passing, and weeks later, they remember it perfectly. Or perhaps you told a tiny story during a random conversation, something you assumed they would forget, but they didn't. Psychology explains this through emotional investment. When someone becomes emotionally attached, their brain begins to store more information about that person, almost automatically. Without realizing it, their mind begins quietly cataloging details about you. It might be something small, the way you like your eggs cooked, a book you once said you wanted to read, or even certain phrases you tend to use. And later, when they unexpectedly bring up these details, it reveals just how closely they've been paying attention. Their body language gives them away. Even if they never openly admit their feelings, their body often reveals what their words try to hide. Notice how they behave when they're around you. Do they lean slightly closer during conversations, even when there's no real reason to? Do they unconsciously mirror your movements? Maybe they adjust their hair, fidget with their hands, or shift their posture more than usual. These are classic subconscious signals of attraction. Psychology shows that when someone likes you but tries to suppress it, their body still finds ways to express those emotions, through small, unconscious gestures. For example, when they sit next to you, do they angle their body toward you? Do their feet naturally point in your direction? These subtle physical orientations happen automatically. Without thinking, people tend to position themselves toward the person they feel drawn to, even when their mind is trying to resist it. They run hot and cold. Perhaps the most confusing signal of all is inconsistency. One day they feel warm, engaged, emotionally present, and the next day they seem distant, almost as if they suddenly stopped caring. This push and pull behavior often reveals an internal struggle. They feel something strong, but at the same time, they fear vulnerability, rejection, or the complications that feelings can bring. So they move closer and then pull back. If you notice someone frequently shifting between openness and withdrawal, it may mean they are caught in a quiet conflict between their heart and their mind. They might text you often for a while, then suddenly disappear for days. They might start deep, meaningful conversations, and later behave as if those moments never happened. This kind of inner conflict is often a clear sign that someone is struggling with emotions they don't fully understand, or aren't ready to reveal. So ask yourself something honestly. Have you noticed any of these signals in someone around you? If you have, there's a strong possibility that they are quietly wrestling with feelings for you. But it's important to remember something. Hidden emotions don't always come from the same place. Sometimes they grow out of past heartbreak. Sometimes it's the fear of rejection. And other times it's simple uncertainty, not knowing what they truly want. If you believe someone might be fighting their feelings, the most powerful thing you can do is patience. Give them space. Allow them the time they need to understand their own emotions. And if you feel brave enough, maybe give them a reason to stop resisting those feelings, and instead, begin accepting what may already be there. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more psychology-based insights about love, relationships, and human behavior. Thanks for watching.